6 candidates are in the running for 3 seats on the Cupertino City Council. As part of the City Channel's ongoing coverage of this race toward Election Tuesday, you're about to see an up-close and personal introduction to one of those 6 candidates. This is Candidate Roundtable with tonight's featured City Council candidate, Patrick Kwok.
Hello. Welcome to another edition of Candidate Roundtable. I am your moderator, Roberta Holloman. I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of Cupertino Sunnyvale. With me are Mayor Patrick Kwok and our media panelist, Mei Hui Huang, and South Bay Bureau Chief of the World Journal, a Chinese language daily, and Michelle McGreevy, staff writer for the Los Gatos Daily News. Mayor Kwok holds master's degrees in public administration from Hayward State University and civil engineering from San Jose State University. He holds bachelor's degrees in chemistry and biological sciences from Hayward State University. He's employed by the City of San Jose as a division manager of the Environmental Services Department. He has served on the boards of the Cupertino YMCA, the League of California Cities, the Chinese Historical and Cultural Project, and the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. Welcome. What made you decide to run again for City Council?
Well, I enjoyed serving in the first term, and it's going to be a very challenging for the next 4 years, and I believe that there's more to be accomplished by me, and I have experience to be able to make strong contributions and make Cupertino a better community for our generations.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Well, Mayor, it was just like yesterday, but it has been 4 years. Now we look at this, you accomplished well. Now we have sports center, we're revitalizing Valco, and our senior commission is there. You really did a good job. And but I'm thinking, when you look back those 4 years, tell us some frustration and some sense of satisfaction you got from that.
Well, the first year as a rookie, it was a learning process for me, and I always believed that to be a team player, you got to work well with the City Council, and you earn your respect. Respect doesn't give it to you automatically. So the first year is a learning process, and I have good mentor, and it's kind of a bit frustrating in the sense that sometimes you want to say something, but you need to follow what the other councils, the elder councils are doing, but I wasn't really shy of making my positive or negative comments on certain issues. So first year was fine. You know, the second, third year we have some controversial stuff in here.
Oh, library.
The library,
I forgot to mention library.
And all followed by the appointment of the mayor and the vice mayor, and we have a lot of challenges, especially dealing with the Valco redevelopment and also the general plan amendment. One time. We were struggling to see where we should be going. As you know, that we have a task force working on the general plan amendment, and they spent about almost 18 months on that, and they brought back with the findings, and council said, well, it's not good enough. Let's do it. Let's do a little bit more extension of the task force. So they met again, and they came back with some recommendations, and we've been listening to the public input and also the task force members as well as staff to see where we go from the next step. So the general plan amendment is also a bit of struggle as far as I'm concerned to come up with some consensus, and it's only once in 10 years we had a chance to do a general plan amendment, and my strong position is that let's get the best out of it and get the most input from the public, and then get a general plan that everybody can live with it for the next 10 years.
You said you enjoyed your first term, and you also highlighted that there's going to be many challenges in the next 4 years. What would you say is going to be the biggest challenge for you if re-elected, and how are you going to help that be not such of a challenge?
Well, number one challenge is to finish the revitalization of Valco. You know, it's only about 30% right now, and there are some issues that we need to address. The second one is the initiatives. If the initiative were approved by voters, we have to approach it a little bit differently in terms of land use issues. If the initiatives were not approved, the council definitely will work very, very hard, to at least listen to the mandate or some of the feedback from the initiatives, and what can we do to improve the whole process and make it one that everybody can live with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor. I know that you have 6 married children and 7 grandchildren. Not all of them live in Cupertino, right? But do they all live in Cupertino?
2.
2 of them. But I bet as a person of family, you're concerned about our education. And although we have a very strong school board, but I think our council people can do a better job communicating with them and better networking with them. Do you have any idea to have a better communication with our school board? Is there any other place we can do better?
No doubt about it. It is a continual partnership with the school board. Although we don't have jurisdiction, but in the past 4 years, we've been very fortunate that they are listening to our input. Such as, for example, the school resources officer, I think is very, very critical, especially in the high school level, in which 2 full-time officers are there permanently to provide counseling and guidance on any issues like drugs and family issues. We approach them and say, hey, we'd like to continue with that program. Unfortunately, money is tight, but they're willing to say, well, let's reimburse you, and so that we continue to fund the programs. As far as also the enrollment is concerned, I know that with new development coming to Cupertino, we need to get the input, because Monte Vista High School, Kennedy, and they are very, very crowded now. Yeah. If you put additional developments, housing developments in there, that would no doubt generate additional enrollments that could impact, and also the traffic. So we work very closely with them through the planning process, make sure that they are comfortably with the addition, so that we could take that into consideration to approve any project. But we have a very, very good school board, and I can see that Cupertino is always in partnership with the collaborative effort with the members of the school boards. And every time I have some question and issues, I call the superintendents and I call the school board members, and sometimes if we have issues, they're willing to come. They've been to City Council and address our concerns at least 4 or 5 times already. So I think it's a good program. I definitely would like to continue with the dialogue.
Thank you.
Moving on to housing, and there's been mention that the teachers can't afford to live here, some of them. What is your feeling about the current availability of rental housing? And is there a sufficient number of rental properties in Cupertino to satisfy renter demand, in your opinion?
Well, we are very, very supportive of teachers and public safety. In my tenure with the City Council, with the support of the federal councils, I was able to increase the below market rate from 10% to 15%. That means every 100 houses built, 15 of those are below market rate rather than 10. We've been also fortunate working with the federal government in terms of getting the CBDG grant, the block grant program, so that we can subsidize housing. The other thing is that when developers coming in there, we work with them and say, what can you do to alleviate the housing crisis in terms of rental in Cupertino? Mm-hmm. Are you going to for houses for sale, mm-hmm. or are you going to have rental houses? Naturally, if it is a rental, that development is for rental, we will take it very strongly into favorable condition because it will provide some relief to the teachers that they are really desperately looking for rentals. Definitely, I don't want the teachers to come in here and commute from Morgan Hill and Gilroy, and when they find a house over there, they will decide, well, let's go and teach in Morgan and Gilroy Hill. Because investing the teachers for housing, rental, and affordable housing, it is investing on the community in terms of education and also our children.
Thank you.
Mayor, 4 years ago, you really amazed me that you are so good at numbers. 4 years ago, we were looking at, I'd like you to give us a picture, the finance of the city. What are we looking at now?
Well, it's been a tough 4 years with the decline in economy and also the decline in revenue. We tried the best we could to balance the budgets, and I was really proud that in the past 4 years we have balanced all the budgets. And thanks to an excellent staff, we were able to get the city manager to support a hiring freeze, a self-imposed hiring freeze, so that will help on the budget in terms of personnel expenditures. We also look at innovative way to look at grants, from the water district, from any agencies that will reduce our the burden in our budget, such as the capital budget, the Mary Avenue bicycle and pedestrian project, which is about $8 million. Mm-hmm. We could not be able to award or approve the project if we were not for any funding. So we work very closely with Sunnyvale to pay get them to pay portion of it. Cupertino only pay no more than about $1 million of the project. The rest are all grant money. So balance the budget is number one important, and at the same time is also which projects are actually that you set priorities and which projects which you have to eliminate or cut. I think it was very painful for council, especially for me, to cut those projects that are community enhancement, such as, last week when we had the tournament of the band, they came in and asked us for a waiver. It's only $1,000. But it is very tough to say no, we cannot do it, because although we recognize that this is a community enhancement project, we had to set some criteria, be consistent in our policy, because if we grant waiver in this project, then we have to grant waivers for all the other projects. But we were able to focus more on cultural enhancement projects and keep those 60 in the park. I think it was very painful to reduce the budget, but I was really instrumental. At least give them some budget allowance so that they continue with the 60 in the park for the past 2 years now, and they were very, very thankful that rather than cut off their funding 100%, we still remain, say, like 30 or 40% back, so that they can continue the program and then seek subsidy from elsewhere.
Can I have a follow-up?
Yeah, go ahead.
About the budget, then we cannot help think of the money generated, how to generate money. So here comes the question that, what's your idea of having a big box store in our city?
A big box is really good in generating revenue. Okay, I always with the opinion that Cupertino, you can have so many coffee shops, so many small restaurants. They are all competing with each other. For having a big box is unique. Best Buy, if we have big Best Buy, that will generate a lot of revenues, and people rather than shop in Sunnyvale or in the Valley Fair, they will stay and purchase in Cupertino. All the revenues will go back to revenue. But now with Cupertino, but we have to be really careful. When you have big box, you generate a lot of traffic. Like if we have going to have, say, like a Costco coming in, it will generate revenues. But look at the traffic that is going to be generated. So council needs to balance, the revenues versus the environmental impact, and make it that it's going to be a win-win situation, the best for our community.
I'm going to interrupt for a minute here to let our viewers know about some other resources they can go to find out about the election. The city's website, Cupertino.org, has information on the candidates for City Council and also the ballot measures A, B, and C. And the League of Women Voters nonpartisan information website, smartvoter.org, has information on these issues and candidates, plus the school board candidates and the state measures that are on the ballot. So let's continue with the questions.
Okay. Mayor Kwok, I'm going to switch gears on you here for just a moment. Can regional government better handle issues affecting multiple municipalities better than municipalities meeting on a city-by-city basis?
Well, it had to look at it on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
Like any health program, the city government will not be able to handle it. It has to go through county and regional level. Land use, definitely, who's more knowledgeable about land use issues. But the housing, that we are knowledgeable about it. We know where the needs are. We know that we can put some affordable housing or low, high-density housing in our neighborhood. Traffic issue, we know where the traffics are. But if we have to deal with, say, like bark coming to Cupertino, it has to be a regional level, because we, as a Cupertino, a small city, cannot do it all by itself. You have to get tremendous support in terms of funding at the county, the state, and the federal level. So it is a case-by-case basis, but we know what we're doing. We know what is unique about Cupertino. We know what we can within our at our level to make Cupertino a better place.
Patrick, you were very keen on senior issues, and I see your dedication on that. Do you think the city is getting more friendly with senior citizens, or the other way around?
Well, the city has been doing a lot for the senior. As you know, that we built a senior center for over $4 million, about 4.5 years ago, and we commissioned the senior commission. Actually, I was the one that really pushed to get the senior commission formed, as part of my campaign promise. We are doing a bit more, as we struggled through the budget several years ago. There was some discussion about the case manager in the seniors. Case manager has been really very useful, because most of the senior goes to the case managers to seek advice and consultations. And because of the budget cut, we almost eliminated the position. I was able to convince the rest of the councils and get support to reinstate the case manager. So we are doing more than a lot for the senior, but it's not enough. If budget allows, we should do more, such as home health, home care service, have some nurses that can go to a home and visit them and say offer some of the medical assistance to them, and take a look at the medical records and do more immunizations and blood pressure tests. Right now it's based on volunteer basis, but they keep in the senior center. They don't go around, go to different houses. And what happened to those seniors who cannot drive, who doesn't have transportations? So doing home visits, with full-time or part-time health staff will be definitely a program that Cupertino should consider to improve the welfare of the seniors.
Thank you.
Mayor Kwok, what is your position on term limits for elected officials?
I strongly feel that 8 years in public service, in particular level, is more than adequate. And you got to allow other people have a chance, to allow fresh input from a fresh perspective. So I would be favor for a 2-term limit. The first term is more or less a learning process, and then second term we really go gung high and really say, hey, here I am now. I want 4 years to finish it. I may as well make the best advantage of do the best and get the best out of it.
Okay, thank you.
We're looking at almost half of the population, half of the residents in Cupertino is Asian American. And what do you think? Did we make any progress during those 4 years concerning the representation in hiring and the commissioners?
Well, number one is that I'm really delighted we have a drastic increase in Asian population in Cupertino in the past 4 years. It's a strong reflection of our diversity, our education, and they are welcome to Cupertino because they come to Cupertino only because they are welcome. We have the facilities, we have the educational system that will that bring them in, that attract the Asian Americans to Cupertino. In the city council level, we have 2 out of 5 representation, which is a good indication of a very strong, diverse city government. As far as the city senior staff is concerned, there's a lot of work that need to be done, and as I look around in the podium in City Council, we have 2 Asian American City Councils, and yet we do not have any Asian American at the senior staff level. But again, something that we should work on, and I was very, very delighted that we hired David Wu, the senior financial director. Actually, his title is financial director. He's one of the highest rank of Asian American, and it's a good start. And I give Carol Edward and the city manager credit, but there's still need to more recruitment, more outreach effort in order to recruit the best qualified Asian candidates to come in here. And I was also happy that in my tenure for 4 years, we were able to appoint more Asian Americans or other minorities to serve on committees and commissions. And I think we have almost, proud to say that 30% of our commissions are minorities, including women, which is really, really good.
You are very diverse, and why do you think people choose to live in Cupertino? You have a very diverse community here. What do you think attracts people initially to Cupertino, and then what makes them stay here?
The first one is the education. No doubt about it. Monte Vista this year ranked 57 among the nation. It was 80-something the year before. So the ranking really reflection of the continued effort to emphasize that education is number one of our priority. And secondly is that we really welcome the immigrants of all ethnic backgrounds. The fact of the matter is that we have so many cultural festivals. Right. I can count. We have Unity Parade. Everybody unite together, whether you are Caucasians, you're Black, you're Hispanics, you're Asians. We all join together to celebrate the cultural richness of our community. So they are welcome. Number one, we need to welcome them, and I think every indication is that we have festivals to welcome them, and also the language barriers. Sure, for immigrants, and they need to assimilate and integrate into our community. The World Journal is one of those things. One of those things that we be able to offer. There's a lot of outreach, and there's a lot of facilities and stores that offer the newly immigrants a place where they can shop and they feel comfortable at home. But there's still more work that need to be done to integrate and reach out for other community members or other ethnic groups to make that a very strong multicultural communities. And I'm really proud of that multiculturalism in Cupertino, and I really want to make Cupertino as a model for the county, the state, and the nation.
Wow.
Well, just a few days ago, we opened the time capsule and we put new items in. So next time we open it will be 25 years from now. That's a good time frame to just set our vision. What do you see the city is going to be in 25 years? It's a long-term perspective. What's in your eyes, Cupertino, in the future?
Well, I could see that in future is going to be a international community for everybody. Okay, we see more immigrants coming in there, and we
$2 million housing.
Housing definitely will be expensive. Okay, and we need to be really careful in terms of a balanced growth. Okay, we don't want to eliminate our open space, the park, which are really the jewel of Cupertino. Okay, well, people come here because of the high quality of life. The education definitely is going to be continued, and the open space and the harmony among all the people who are living in Cupertino should be continued. And I could see in 25 years when we open the capsule, my vision is that we will have council members make up of people with all different ethnic background, not Asians, not Caucasians, but we'll see more women that will sit on council. I would envision that we'll see more senior staff that is representative of the community it served. And moreover, I would see that we will have a very cohesive community working together.
Talked about the future. Now let's look in the past a little bit. With the knowledge that you have now regarding the decline of the tech industry and the .com crash, would have you done anything differently while you were in office? Is there anything you would have changed, any decisions you made past 4 years that you would like to change or take back?
Well, if we have the budget, I definitely would like to have a economic development officer or director that work very closely with the Chamber of Commerce and also the community to bring in more businesses to Cupertino. I definitely would like to see that we need to work with the retails and Apples and all the high-tech industries and make them feel that they are welcome and they are comfortable. And I would like to see the regulations to be a little bit more user-friendly to the high-tech industries, and so that they would not go elsewhere. So there's a strong sense of responsibility to keep the high-tech industries and have retails here. We can have retails in Cupertino, but you want to make them feel comfortable and stay and be successful. So Cupertino City Council and our community needs to do much better than that to make it flexible and also make them welcome, even though if we have to we are losing some revenues in terms of retails or whatever taxation, but still, they are the nucleus of our communities, and no doubt, Cupertino can only prospers if we have the community work together and have high-tech industries, all the education people get together, and the retail, and also with the housing in there, the people can live as one happy family.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, Mayor Patrick Kwok, Mei Hui Huang, and Michelle McGreevy. And thank you for joining us. I hope you'll join again to watch the next edition of Candidate Roundtable. Check the city website for the dates and times of broadcast.